didn't talk about feet and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it says so, but it didn't explain, hey, here's what you do for a variance, here's what you do for an exception. And then somewhere there I said, oh, for this you gotta do an exception. So that's why I submitted the exception. And I'm more than happy to submit the proper paperwork.
Oftentimes people, you're not the first person to fill it out on the wrong page or
Yeah,
do that. I really need to update the application, make it a little bit easier.
okay.
I gotta say, in Anchorage.
That's what I'm gonna work on in the future.
Instructions from the state.
All right. You wanna
We
open the
have
meeting?
How many pages?
Barbara, you wanna open the meeting?
Yes. Meeting of the zoning board of examiners, is open on, what's the date today?
Today is the 17th.
February 17th at 6:30. Ish.
Ish. All right, and I will take attendance. Marty Bender, absent. Robert Drown, absent. Barbara Corliss,
Here.
Robert Klages, and Dee Blake.
Here.
Okay, so we do not have a full quorum tonight. So that being said, in order to get a variance, you would need 3 votes of yes. And since we don't have a full board, that means all 3 have to vote in favor of the ordinance. You also have, or any party aggrieved within 30 days can file for an appeal of whether they want it or not. Okay? So I think those are the 2 things.
Yeah, 30 days, yeah.
30 days
think you're
appeal
right.
and letting you know that there's, you can, of course, if you want, wait till next meeting. And then by that point, I should have another member sworn onto the board. Hopefully, we have 2 other members, we would have a full quorum. But that's your choice. But if you start the hearing tonight with the 3 boards, you have to stand by the decision of whatever this board decides. You won't be able to come back later and say, for a 5-member board, because you've already given up that option. So it's up to you and how you want to proceed.
You want to proceed? You're my wife.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
That's a proceed?
We might as well, yeah, we're here.
We're nice people, really.
We don't mind.
Okay, and how the hearing typically goes is we're going to ask you to explain the application,
Hmm?
and then we're going to close your here talking portion of it. Then we'll ask the public, which I don't think there are any of, for those to speak in favor and those to speak in against, and then we'll close the public hearing portion of it, and the board will begin its deliberation. Almost every meeting, the board makes the decision at that meeting.
Okay.
However, they could continue to next month if there was more deliberation or facts needed to be found outside of property. Okay, any questions?
Not at this time.
All right, so.
Okay, then please proceed.
Okay. William Craver, Basha Pitlick. I know it's down here as Basha Craver, but
That's my fault.
yeah, it's his fault. We were here originally with our builder. This is Stu Pappas out of Hopkinton. When we applied or requested the ability to build an auxiliary dwelling unit at 860 Battle Street. 860 Battle Street is a single-story home, had a finished basement. We liked it well enough that we wanted to build an auxiliary dwelling unit out from behind the house. It's a 3-acre lot. So we wanted to build that, and we understood we only had 750 square feet that we could have in the auxiliary dwelling unit. And we came to an agreement, we had the drawings and everything else. And one of the things that came up at that meeting was the fact of the leach field for our septic system, and whether or not us moving in, which would make a total of 4 adults, and we have 1 child who will be 2 years old in about 2 weeks, living at the house. So there was concern about the leach field being able to handle it. Stu did bring up the fact that you can use the existing leach field, but you need to come up with a plan for a possible new leach field if it goes into failure, which we did. So we've done that. What was also on the property, if you come down, we're right in front of the fire department, police department there, and you come down the first segment of our driveway, and there's a parking area. But off of that parking area, there was a dirt road that came down.
Driveway.
Yeah,
Driveway.
it's a driveway, but it was dirt.
Yep.
And it could be used, it was used by trucks and that kind of thing. One of the things we thought about after getting the auxiliary dwelling unit was adding a garage on the property at the same level as the auxiliary dwelling unit, because my wife unfortunately now has vertigo. And so the garage that we have has stairs coming down. So we're trying to avoid using those stairs up and down. So one of the things we had to look at was where can we put this garage? And the question then is, because the disposal for the leach field comes out of, as you face the back of the building, the far right-hand corner, and goes down almost matching the property line, which is we believe is a stone wall, and goes down, and it's right at the back end of our grass area. Because from the end of that grass area all the way down to the Black River is just woods. And that's our property. Our property line goes all the way to the Black River. So we knew we had to kind of shoehorn it in, because we didn't want to, affect the sewage pipeline and the tanks. There's 2 tanks. And then we also didn't want to get too close to the leach field. So we decided, hey, let's put it in this area down at the bottom of this driveway. And I contacted Bill Young of Young's Paving to see what it would take to pave down to that spot. Stu, who finished the auxiliary dwelling unit last May, and we moved in last May, had already come up with a proposal for a garage. And so we decided to look at that. Now, Stu did come over and talk to Russell about
Or
a building
whoever's in
permit.
the office during the day, I don't remember what his name was, but.
Oh, okay.
But he told me I had all the paperwork, all the drawings and the floor plan and everything for a permit. And I asked him if you guys needed a permit, because I had done one earlier, and even the ADU they didn't need a permit. So
Right.
he said, no, as long as you're 20 feet from the property line, if you have more, be neighborly, give them a few more feet, you're fine. And then he mentioned someone else that also works in the office. He said, if you don't hear from him by Monday, then just feel free to proceed, which we did with the ADU. We never heard from anybody. So we did it. We walked it off from the rock wall. I told him what he said, 20 feet, but be neighborly, so we tried to go like 23 feet. And we marked it off and staked it out. And not after till we started getting building on it, then somebody complained, I guess, from the neighbor.
Well, as Russell said on the voicemail to me, and it's in here what day it was, basically said a concerned resident has said the garage looks like it's within 10 feet of the property. So, and that happened to be a day Bosch and I had gone into town. So on the way back, and of course we couldn't use clothespin because the bridge was closed. So we did the usual, came back, and I stopped in that day and talked to Russell, and that's when he gave me the application for exception/variance. And then I went home, looked it up, and read the zoning, everything, and found out, well, it's 50 feet. However, you can get an exception or variance to get it down, I think, to 25
to
feet.
25 feet.
Interestingly, when Stu and I actually staked essentially where the garage was gonna go, we actually didn't use the middle of the rock wall. Now, even before we started this, in early October, late September, our neighbor, who was Mr. Knowlton, I was up getting my mail, and I saw him pull out of his house, and I waved at him, and he drove over. And I told him, I said, we're in the process, we're about to start building a garage, and we're gonna pave a driveway down to it, and we're gonna put the garage in this general location. And I said, do you know exactly where the property line is? And he goes, oh, hey, I've had a surveyor come and survey my property, so I know exactly where it is. And I have a copy of his report at my office, and I'll go make a copy of it and put it in your mailbox. It never appeared in our mailbox. So he was aware of it and knew that we were going to do it. So anyway, so when Stu and when Stu came back, found out about that information, we actually used the edge of the rock wall close on our property and actually measured 24 feet.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, 24 feet to the front as you face the garage, to the left front. And then because the rock wall goes at an angle and the garage is like this, so it was 24 feet to here, 25 feet to here, and 26 feet to the back edge. So, I felt somewhat comfortable, I mean, it wasn't exactly 25 to the front, but, I said, hey, at least, we're within, or at 25 or a little bit beyond and a little bit close, and all those kind of things. But in suing, because of where the garage was gonna go, we had to remove a beech tree, we had to remove a hemlock tree, because they were just gonna be in the way. So we had those removed, and and I do have pictures in the application, when the hemlock came down, it hit the stakes. So we had to put the stakes back up, and we did that. But then when Bill Young came and started the paving, he had to skim the driveway, the area, so to get it flat enough so they could do the paving. And they used, I can't remember what that piece of machinery is. What's the one with the little bucket and the
Skid steer.
the skid steer? Yeah. So, but what happened was when they were removing that dirt and everything, they actually drove right through where the garage was going to go and piled up the dirt off to the left, between essentially where the garage was going to be and the rock wall. And luckily, I mean, I contacted Stu and I said, hey, there's a big pile of dirt there, are you guys gonna be able to use it? And he said, oh yeah, because we'll put it around the base where the garage is gonna
It just allowed me to lift the garage up so it wasn't so steep to get down into it.
go. Yeah. So we did that and everything else. And purposely, when Bill Young came with his crew, and he wasn't the one that came, but when his crew came, I looked at the slant, if you will, of the driveway. And I didn't want it to go, the water coming down that driveway onto our property. I wanted to go to the left of the garage. And there's a nice gully that goes to the left of the garage and kind of towards the rock wall, but it's deep enough, it's not gonna affect the wall or anything else. And so we did that, but when his skid steer did it, it knocked out the stakes again. So again, I put up the stakes and everything else. And lo and behold, when Stu's crew came to start putting in the base for the garage, all of a sudden we're closer. instead of 24 feet, we're 22 and a half feet, or 23 and a half feet, or 24 and a half feet. So we're within, and that's why we're obviously within the 50 feet, so, but now we need a variance to keep. We did, at Russell's request, he said, hey, you need to stop. You need to get this variance, you need to get approved. So we've basically been looking at a naked garage for several months.
Half a garage.
Yeah, for several months. So,
Okay.
here we are.
Anything further?
No, I think that summed it up pretty well.
Was it?
Yeah, I think that was pretty thorough.
A few questions.
Yeah, obviously, we don't have any audience, so we can get to questions from the board.
Yep.
How much of the garage has already been built?
The base is in, the frame's up,
Shingles.
the roof is on and it's shingled.
That's it. So basically siding, windows, electrical.
Yeah, essentially, when Russell contacted us, all that material was already there. And I really didn't want to leave it out, and it would have been out all this time. I just, didn't want to have to cover it and everything else. So I made, quote unquote, a command decision, being a former Air Force officer.
You mentioned that your leach field is in the vicinity.
It's right behind the garage.
It's behind the garage?
Yes, ma'am.
And the reason for putting the garage where it is to avoid the leach field?
To avoid not only the leach field, but also the septic tanks and the septic line that goes down to the leach.
How far away is it?
From the garage, from, the left side of the garage, it's probably about, well, see, we don't know exactly because we never really got a
Septic plan?
septic plan.
Well, we kind of have a rough one, but we weren't exactly sure. We didn't want to get too close and start digging into stone and
I don't know
pipe.
when it was installed, but the older it is, the less likely you're gonna have it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I think I even asked at one time.
Yeah, I think we did, and I might have had an approval from DES, and that was it.
Yeah. It's probably about maybe 20, 25 feet.
But
This is the garage. That's some shit. This is the new garage,
that's the new garage.
and that's the
Where's the river?
right here. So you still have not exactly an idea of where the property line is? It's still an assumption?
No, well, again, the same day that I went to Russell's office, I came here downstairs, I went back to Mr. Knowlton
Yeah.
because he had mentioned that he had that surveyor report. So I went back up there and, to the house and talked to him. And I said, you did mention that you had this surveyor report. Do you have an idea of where the property line is? And he goes, well, I believe it's in the center of the rock wall. And I said, well, that's a good assumption. That's
Yeah.
what you would think. But
Did you check with Merrimack County Registry of Deeds?
I did
Typically,
not.
they are filed there.
Yeah, I did not. But anyway, he again said he was gonna put the report in our mailbox, and never has.
Yeah, because the potential easy solution is the property line's a little further away
Yeah,
or a little closer.
that's just what I'm
It's the worst
thinking.
solution, but not knowing, it's a measurement from an
Where we
unknown
measure.
location,
Yeah,
so it's hard to know.
Right, for that matter, we
Actually,
might actually make it
over
in the
or under.
25.
yeah.
For 24 and a half feet, yeah, you might make it. Okay, more questions?
Well, your neighbors aren't here. expressed any further concern over the distance?
Well, when I talked to Mr. Knowlton the second time, he just mentioned, hey, I've done some building in this town, and I know they do look at any kind of construction, anything that's built, and they want to make sure everything's okay. So he was just reinforcing the fact that, hey, we need to do this. That's why we're doing it.
The problem I see
Yes?
is that a hardship, a variance, you know, based on hardship, it runs with the land, not the people. So there has to be something about the land that causes you to not be able to build where you've put it. And I'm not hearing that.
Well, it's pretty well stuffed in between the septic. We'd literally have to move the
That's
septic.
why I asked about the septic, but from what I can see in the picture, you've got some distance there.
Well, again, we didn't go out and do the measuring, we should have. But again, where the septic tanks are and where the pipe goes out, we're just not sure exactly where they are.
Do you know where the septic tank is?
Yeah, there's 3 of them, or actually 2 of them.
Do you know
But
where
there's
it
3
is, though?
covers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they're identifiable.
Not on this thing here. I see a well
Yeah,
and the leach field.
yeah.
I'm sorry, you don't know where they are?
Yeah, we know exactly where they are.
Could you point them out to me?
I don't know if they do it on it, but I can put it on there for you. Yeah, right as a crow flies right from here. right
Here.
Yeah, that's essentially.
There should be an X where the tanks are,
Oh,
Oh,
2, 3, whatever.
yeah,
yeah.
Must be closer to the house, I would say.
yeah, like this.
Yeah, usually it's
All right,
in between.
okay.
And it's funny that it isn't on the map here.
Yeah.
I think it would be on the map.
Well, we didn't think to put
Probably
it there.
didn't think
Well, you
about
know, it's what?
So they
No,
probably
I'm
didn't
looking
think
for
about
some
it.
reason that you couldn't move that garage farther away from your property line.
Well, again, it was the existing driveway that kind of drove us to
And-
where we put it.
I kinda got bad information here when I came in to do the right thing. He didn't say at that point, make sure you have, 25 feet or
I'm
whatever. He said
guessing
it
you
didn't.
talked to Dana, not.
Was that Dana, or Dana?
It might have
It was
been.
Dana, yeah.
Yeah.
And he said exactly what I already told you, 20 feet from the
Yeah.
property line, try and give a couple of feet more if you have the ability to do so, then, be neighborly. That's exactly what he said. We came back, we
Yeah,
formed
it
it
doesn't sound
up.
like
feet,
something I would
but
say.
the
Yeah,
rest-
Pillsbury
the rest of
Lake,
us
you might have
can
got
only-
confused with Pillsbury
Yeah,
Lake
the
with
rest of
the.
us can only go down.
Yeah, I know, I saw that in
Of
the,
course.
It's a little
So-
different.
So, I mean, we're knee deep in this by the time his neighbor comes over, we've already, now we're trying to Monday morning quarterback. Yeah, we obviously would have gotten
A special exception.
Yeah, yes.
To 25 is, yeah,
Exactly.
easy. to
Right,
do.
I mean, yeah, I've worked with you before, I have no doubt in my mind you would have gotten in for the special exception.
oh, absolutely.
About it.
You're in a bad place. Even if we said yes tonight, the neighbor could still come back and file an appeal.
Understand?
Back there again. But again, I go back to, we're the ones that have to interpret the law. And the law says that the hardship has to be with the land, and I'm not hearing that.
Although this says to the owner seeking it.
I hear what
Yeah,
this
but
says,
the
but there was a
Supreme
court
Court
hearing
decision-
about that.
Right, gotcha, okay.
Supersedes what we have, like I said, this form needs to be
It's old,
updated.
yeah, okay.
It does, yeah.
Which I may have my friend GPT work on it tomorrow.
We'll make something crazy.
Oh, it does a good job, believe me. You just have to check it.
Yeah, you
it
have
just
to-
might
you
sneak
have
in
to
some new
proof it.
rules, yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as formatting concerned and making it look nice, it does a good job.
And why didn't the butters know that we're
The butters
competitors?
know.
They didn't bother to show up, or did they contact you at all or anything?
They've talked to me in my office before, but not on this issue. Remember, the complaint was anonymous.
I'm sorry, what about the complaint?
It was an anonymous complaint.
Oh, Okay, anonymous complaints.
We do allow those.
We are forced to allow those. I would prefer not to allow them, but not my choice.
How far away is the house on the other side from the guy that you were talking to? Is there a house on the other side?
On the other side of our property?
Yep.
Um,
You got a river on one side,
Oh,
the
in the back.
neighbor.
we
River's in the back.
literally
Back.
have a ravine that comes down between our properties for
Mhm.
the people on the other
Yeah,
side.
there is,
They're probably about 100 yards away.
right.
Okay.
But it's basically like a V
Yeah,
in that area.
yeah,
I drive by it every day, I can attest to that.
yeah.
Well, I was looking at no diminution in value of the surrounding properties would be suffered. And it sounds like your neighbors are far enough away that it wouldn't affect them.
Actually, they can barely see it because of our auxiliary dwelling unit.
The neighbor that you were trying to get the survey from?
Yes.
How close is he?
He's up on the hill, the house is right on the road.
874 the
But he
Fisher
just,
House.
Ah.
I think he just built a new place.
He's in
And
the
he's
process,
moved out.
Is this the old,
Fisher property.
the Fisher property?
Yep.
Okay, here's the,
It's the new house behind it. He's, okay, so that house, and then yours is down near the river.
Yes, ma'am.
Saw that, okay.
yeah, so they're here, and here's the neighbor on the left. Right on the road,
Hmm.
and then this is the ravine.
Yeah, when I was on the Salt Shed Committee, we were talking about that's a watershed for above the public safety building. There's
Oh,
a
yeah. That makes
culvert
sense,
underneath
yeah.
the road and it goes down this
Down
way.
that ravine, yeah, to the river.
Yeah,
Which would make sense if that was the drainage that you're seeing on the side of your property.
I couldn't hear
Because
you.
you say-
Between us and the other neighbor.
You said that it's on the other neighbor's property, or is
It's,
it?
it's between us and the other neighbor.
Right,
It's a big ravine.
yeah.
It's
And
on his,
and
pro-
it does
on his
come out
property though?
from underneath the road.
Is it on his property, other side of the rock wall?
No, it's the other side of the property.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, the only thing between us and the people that live up above is the rock wall, plus a lot of woods.
Yeah, okay.
In the spring, summer, and fall, they won't even see the garage.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, close the public hearing and we'll have the board discuss this.
7:05, well, we should ask before we close if there's any public, but there's no public, so. I'll
Yeah.
put it in here.
She mentioned that.
Yeah.
I
You're
do.
supposed to ask, because it's the process, but there's nobody here,
Thank you.
other than Stu, which I think you would count as public.
Yeah.
This is a rock and a hard spot.
It is, yeah. You wanna go down the list? It has to meet all conditions?
Yeah, actually, you don't have that
Updated list?
updated list of conditions for variance?
Let me see. Because I think the only one that has changed is the,
Are you just reading about the application?
it is, because only
Oh, I
one
was
of them
looking
has
for the
changed.
interpretation. There was one that Marty had a while ago.
Only one has
Huh?
changed, and that's the unnecessary hardship has to be with the land and not with
Yeah,
the owner. That's the only one that's really changed. The other ones are still in effect.
well, I don't see, number one, I see no diminution in value of the surrounding properties.
No,
No,
and the neighbor is not here to claim that he has an issue with it, so
It's not to say he hasn't
you'd have to.
argued
what did you say?
anonymously.
No, I'm just saying the no, change in value of surrounding properties, I would
I don't think that would affect it at all.
Expect someone to, yeah,
I don't think so.
to wanna complain if there was to them.
Well, they still could.
Yeah, and they could,
30
yeah, in the
day.
next 30 days, yeah.
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 So granting the permit would be a benefit to the public interest. I don't think that's of relevance here.
Yeah, right, correct.
A little more tax, maybe?
That's true.
It's usually the benefit to the public.
That's true, tax-wise, yeah, tax-wise.
Let's see, denial of permit would result in unnecessary hardship to the owner seeking it. That, again, is based on land, not the owner, and that is not relevant here. Substantial justice would be done. I have to admit, the thing that bothers me is you guys were here a year ago, and we went through all the bounds. How did you get so close with the garage?
Because I was told that 20 feet, so we measured 23, or he remembers 24.
24 feet.
All right. So, I mean, we came in to try and do the right thing. It's not like we're trying to do anything deceitful. You know, came in and asked the guy, and he said if I didn't hear from somebody that is in the office
I never
usually.
got that message.
I'm sorry?
I don't think I ever got that message.
Which message?
To contact.
That
them.
that he came in.
He said the same thing with the ADU too. He said if you don't hear from, I guess it's Russell,
Yeah,
if you don't hear from Russell in a couple of days, feel free to proceed. And it was a couple of weeks because we can't build a garage that fast.
well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Yeah, that was in
Dana's a
September.
busy guy, and
Yeah.
whether the message made it from him to me.
I'm not trying
It's
to throw you
not-
under the bus at all.
Just can't imagine Dana giving out information on a subject he doesn't know enough about.
You know, he tries.
Ah, okay. Well, that's being helpful, but still.
Well, you know, he tries to fill in when I'm absent, and maybe it should just be one of those, have the person call me when I'm back.
Mhm.
And just do that, or take down their number and then leave me something, so I have it.
So are your abutters, have they spoken to you about this and are mad at something, or?
No, I have talked to Mr. Knowlton twice, and both of them were pleasant conversations. You know, especially the second time at his house, when I said, hey, I had to go in and see Russell Tatro at City Hall, because we've been notified that someone said we're within 10, the garages are within 10 feet of the property line. And I said.
That was what the complaint was.
Yeah.
That was what?
That was what the original complaint
Oh,
was.
so but now it's 20 feet away.
Well, that's after measuring it. I mean,
Yeah.
the complainant was just eyeballing it.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
And still not sure that 24 feet is accurate because you don't have the
We
bounds.
don't have,
And we didn't measure from the middle of the rock wall. And we just had them go to the edge of the rock wall. So the rock wall's good 6 feet wide easily.
Oh, it's 6 feet wide.
Yeah, it's
The
true.
real
Oh, yeah,
rock
it's
wall.
spread out.
Real
this
rock
way.
wall, yeah.
Huh. So you I would assume, but I know what that does, but I would assume that it would be from the middle of it.
Right.
That's what I would.
Again, we weren't really trying to worry about it too much anyway, so we just went on our side of the rock wall.
Yeah, right.
And did,
I mean, it's not like you're billing a catastrophe over there or anything, you know what I mean?
trying to keep it simple.
Yeah, it's something nice.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
The difference is either the variance if it's under the 25 feet and a special exception if it's 25. So we had him here last month applying for a special
I
exception.
missed that, I'm
And
sorry.
then this month, we're back with the variance and we still don't know what the boundary is.
And I think the variance has to go in the deed, is that true?
What was
It
it?
gets recorded, right, the variance, because
No.
it has to live on for the next people?
No, it goes in the permanent file.
Okay.
So the case goes in the permanent file. I make a mark of it on the property card that says a variance was approved
Okay.
on this date, so that it is recorded in the permanent record.
Yeah, okay.
It would be so much better if we just had the boundaries.
Yes, ma'am.
now how much land do you have there, really?
Just about under 3 acres.
3 acres?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, the majority of it is essentially from the backyard to the river, and that's all woods.
We desperately need more time for this one. We need those boundaries.
Yeah, I'm also worried that this is too out of date. I'm just trying to find the most recent
I don't
decision
think so.
criteria.
I might be able to find the survey where it was first done. If there
Can you
was a
look in Merrimack
subdivision.
County deeds there?
Maybe if it'll load, but I don't have the access to the book and page number, cause I have to track to see when the lot was created, so I'd have to spend some time and do some research on that.
Well, I was thinking, when I'm looking for something, I'm looking by the grantor or grantee's name.
Right, so that's what I have to do, is I have to start with the most current deed, and then I work my way
Work your way
back,
back.
until I find where,
But one of them is gonna be marked survey,
that's true, unless it's the parent lot.
unless it's,
The parent lot. So it's the original lot. If it's the original lot and all the lots were subdivided off of it.
did he happen to mention how long ago he had the survey done?
This is
Well-
recent, this was the Knowltons did the subdivision for 874 Bottle Street where they divided it in half, so they had it surveyed when they did the subdivision. However, the survey we received in the office was for the new lot, cause I thought maybe we could use that subdivision. But it's for the new lot and doesn't cover the original 874 lot. So it only covers the new property they created. But if they had the surveyor out, I would guess that's when they had it surveyed.
I'm sorry, the year was,
It was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
you think you can find it by that?
No, because it was for the new lot that was created right next to 874, and that lot doesn't abut your lot.
Oh, gotcha. So it's
So they
probably
were-
not even on that survey.
I mean, they might have had the surveyor look at the line while they were there, because they're real estate people, and they were going to eventually sell 874. But they might not have had it recorded,
Okay,
and I don't think they did, because I would have noticed it.
okay.
And he would have brought it to you.
Would think so, so maybe that's why he didn't bring it to me. I don't
Well,
know.
if it's not recorded.
He said it was in the office.
Okay.
So that's the only, with a little bit of research, might be able to find it, probably.
What do we do tonight?
That's a good question. I can go down and see if I can track the deed right now. But I don't know how long that's gonna take. It
Yeah.
could take an hour, it could take a couple hours.
Reading my mind. Okay.
Is there an
Comments?
option we can continue until we
You
Get all
can, you
the
can
information.
postpone the hearing till, or continue the hearing next month.
do we have to continue next month, or can we make a decision?
Need a 30-day notice.
Well, we don't, 30-day notice, so the way the notices work is until the next scheduled meeting. So we usually go from one meeting, and then if we continue the discussions, it's at the next scheduled meeting.
Yeah.
So it's whatever you guys wanna schedule it for. If you wanna do it quicker, we should be able to do it as long as we announce it here. But I'm gonna be taking some vacation time soon, so it's gonna be a little dicey.
We worked this one in around Marty's schedule, and he's
Right.
He's not
off at
here
another
anyway.
meeting.
I'm just letting you know, I'm gonna be gone Thursday and Friday this week, and next week I'm gonna be gone Monday and Friday.
I'm gonna be gone the rest of this week. Tomorrow morning I'm
Yeah.
gone. I'll be honest with you, I would vote no. So I would recommend that we postpone this until you find that boundary marker, and then we know whether we're doing a variance or a special exception.
Okay.
What do you want to do? Do you want to ask for a continuance?
Isn't it obvious that I have to?
I have to hear it.
I have to ask for a continuation.
Okay. That would keep you from having to come back and reapply.
Well, I mean, I've already submitted an application for both a variance and for an exception.
Did you pay for both of them?
Yeah,
Okay, so he paid for one, cause the newspaper ad is all the same.
Oh, that's, yeah.
The
There's a
big
cost.
thing is the abutter notifications, and we have enough money with the 250 to cover the abutter notifications. So we're set. The town's covered in cost, which is the reason for the application fee.
Okay. Well, Ford, continuance?
Yeah, I think so.
I would, yeah, I
Yeah.
would say it's in
Sorry
everybody's
about
best
that,
interest to
no, that's fine.
figure out
I
where
mean,
that property line
again,
is.
it's,
Yeah.
Get the other part of the board members here too.
And we need the updated decision
Yes,
tree,
right.
because it's slightly different.
Russ, maybe you can help them, see if you can find that survey
for
at
it.
Merrimack County?
I will track that deed, I'll see what I can find, I make no guarantees, but if it exists, we might be able to find it.
Is there any place else that I can go to other than getting a survey?
The surveyor.
Yeah, you can get a surveyor.
You
Well,
could have the
Maybe,
line
maybe the
surveyor.
surveyor who did it might be kind enough to give me a copy. I tend to doubt it, but he might. But the other is it would be recorded at Merrimack County Registry of Deeds if it was recorded. And that would be public information. You could get that.
Yeah, I can get it
Copies of.
if it's recorded, I can easily, well, not easily, but I can get it. And the next meeting would be, the next regular scheduled meeting is March 10th.
It's what?
March 10th.
Is
Which
that
we'd have
30
to meet
days?
downstairs, because, no, that's voting day.
Oh,
Oh, voting day, well,
We've done it before.
yes, we
yeah,
have.
that's okay, we'll
Um,
be here anyway.
I'm sorry, go back to that 30-day notification. We don't need to if we say it's going to
If
be at the
we're,
next
if we're
meeting.
announcing at the meeting that the hearing's being postponed, or the hearing's being continued on the 10th, on March 10th.
Okay.
At 6, so you just have to announce the time and the location.
Does that work for everybody?
Yes,
Yep.
So the hearing's gonna be continued on March 10th at 6:30 PM downstairs in the select board's conference room.
6:30?
Because voting's gonna be up here. 6:30. And in that time, I'll take a look and see if I can find an old survey plan, something.
Now, wait a minute, would you say 6:50, but voting day, we're not closed till 7 o'clock?
6:30 is the meeting.
Pardon?
It'd be
So
6:30.
we can be down, we can do that here?
Well, I know, because you volunteer at the election, right?
No, I might end up, but
Well, you
not
usually
normal,
do.
when I was a selectman, I had to be here, but see, I don't have to be.
You don't
now.
have to be here, but if you're volunteering, I'm sure Mary and
Yeah.
Dave would work around the schedule knowing that you had to be downstairs.
Yeah, okay.
You
So
said
I
March
thought that-
9th?
10th.
10,
10, I was gonna say, because that's a Monday.
no. It's the 10th.
Gotcha.
And then we'll see what we can find.
And it's a little election, it won't be too busy.
Yeah, everybody's running unopposed.
Oh. Well, I'm hoping I don't, actually. I want everybody to come out and vote, but.
And even usually when it's unopposed, we still get about 200, 300 people who show up, so it's pretty good for a town this
Yeah.
size.
It is. It is. Okay, well then, do we need a vote on this?
Nope,
Just need
just,
to close
minutes
the
of
meeting.
adjournment, so we're just not voting,
Nope.
we're just continuing.
Continuing, yes.
Okay. Then we will see you next month.
Thank you very much, sorry it's
Yeah.
delayed, but gotta do it the right way.
That's good, according to law. Do we,
Motion to close?
well,
Got minutes.
we have minutes.
Oh, we got minutes.
Anybody wanna read them, or just vote?
Well, there's the meeting
wasn't
minutes
here,
from last
sorry.
month that we didn't approve. And then there's the meeting from before that, which are done, which is about 3 pages. If everybody had a chance to read those ones, I didn't send them again, because you should have already looked at them, and if you hadn't, sorry, I could, we can
So
always
we've
do a
got
quick
August
read.
12th, and what's the other dates?
January 13th.
Last month.
And January 13th, which is like a paragraph,
Oh, that's,
Right.
Oh,
it's very short.
okay, I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes of January 13 and August 12th.
Second?
all in favor, okay, I couldn't second because I didn't go to that other meeting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so I'm.
And you're
I'm
abstaining?
being nice. Okay.
Are you abstaining?
No, I'm voting for one of the meetings anyway.
Tell Russ, he's looking for the yes and no's.
Yeah, I'm looking for the, so you're voting,
Well, I wasn't here at the other one, so the 13th I'm voting
Okay, so-
yes. The other one I was absent,
I'll do
some
this too.
stupid reason.
And then we can close the meeting if you want.
Motion to adjourn?
Adjourned.
7:20.
Thank you very much, Russ. This one was not happy.
Continues to.
Well,
Be a harassment.
that's the thing with the property line not being certain.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure why they wouldn't have brought more evidence of